Ashton TV, joined by manager Steve Cunningham after the 5-0 victory against Lancaster City. Steve, it's another Tuesday night we stood here after a 5-0 win.
Yeah, we make a habit of that, don't we? I think obviously being at home for the first time in a long time, we're a bit nervous tonight because we've not played for 2 weeks. And, you know, when you're looking at the league table, we've been up there all season and then we're sitting 10th before tonight and there's pressure on. You look at Lancaster and they've been on a really good run, especially when Chris Wilcox, the new manager's gone in. He's got them up to, he's at 7th and 6th in the league, and then tonight everyone's saying they're on a great run, so pressure's on. We've got games in hand, but you need to win that first or one or two of those games in hand, otherwise it becomes irrelevant. But I thought from the out we were outstanding. I said we were good at Bradford in the first 15 minutes. I think the first 15-20 minutes was the best I've seen any of my teams play. We could have been 3 or 4-0 up, and we should have been with chances that we had, and I think it set the tone for the game. We then let them back in for about a 10-minute spell in the first half. Sam Bailey, the number 2, I have always said I've got the best right back in Alburn in terms of numbers, but in terms of delivery as well, Sam Bailey's outstanding for Lancaster. Absolutely outstanding, and I think if you can stop him, you do stop a lot of their attacking threat, and I thought Warren Clark did that very well towards the back end of the first half, and then we've come out and I thought we blew them away. Now you could look at it and say they were a little bit depleted in numbers, a couple of lads were struggling a little bit with injuries, but we couldn't feel sorry for him and we've gone after them. And you know, I'm angry that we've not scored 9 or 10 because it could have been double figures, and it could have, couldn't it, Matt? So, you know, you look at the chances that we've had. But some outstanding performances tonight, mate, and yeah, just really pleased as well that we've got the clean sheet because we're no good at them.
You mentioned outstanding performances. Luke Burke playing in midfield tonight, obviously a little bit of a change in shape. What's the thoughts behind that? But also, you know, Keelan Adams back in the starting lineup, work rate off the ball superb. James Hardy with 2. Alburn, you mentioned him up and down the right wing. I mean, Newt's at the back, superb. I could go on and go 1 to 11. Yeah,
no, I'm hoarse. You know, I demand standards, and I really wanted the clean sheet for the lads. I thought Paul Cooper was outstanding. Everything he did, he came for every crossing, caught everything. His kicking was brilliant, and he's never. I think he fumbled one and jumped on it. He's stopped them where he's come off his line. So he gave us the benchmark for performance levels all the way through the team. The subs that we'd made at the start of the game from the last game, if you look at the quality of play that we've had missing of late, you know, Nathan Lowe's been serving a 3-game suspension that's gone on forever and a day because the game's being called off. Mitch Rose hasn't played today, and they're 2 of my regular centre midfielders. So you look at that and go, we've gone with Lou Burke, Brad Abbott and James Hardy, probably the smallest 3 midfielders in the league, and they were outstanding, all 3 of them. I thought they all brought some at the table. I thought it was Brad Abbott's best game for a long time. I thought Luke Burke, there's a reason why he's one of my players of the season. I think he's going to go down as one of my best signings, I think, in the time that I'm a manager. I thought he was outstanding. And then you look at Keelan and Gilly. I thought their work rate up front was superb. A lot of people don't see Gilly's work rate. They just think he scores goals. Well, I think that's now 17 for the season. And Ashton United haven't had 18. They've not had a goal scorer score that number for years. And then I thought him and Keelan were outstanding. Listen, we all know how good Keelan Adams can be, but he's one of the most frustrating players. So when I talk about Berkey being one of my best, I think Keelan Adams is probably the most frustrating because that kid's got so much potential. There's a reason why people always ask about him if he's on the bench and can they put 7 days on him, but we know there's a work in progress. He frustrates the hell out of me, but when you watch him play tonight, I'm dead proud of him because he takes some grief as well internally, but it's all from a good place because we just know what he's got in the locker. So I'm really pleased with his performance. But like we said, Alburn, outstanding. You know, that lad, I think he's on just under 30 assists for the season. That's outstanding in its own right. So no, it's good, mate. We've made a dent into that goal difference tonight, and I think we're in the pluses for the first time in a long time. So yeah, clean sheet, 5 goals at home, crowd have loved it, and yeah, it just puts a bit of pressure on the teams in and around us.
And back at home on Saturday, 2 more home games upcoming, Worksop and Gainsborough. You said it's been a while since we played here. It's been a while since we played anywhere, let's not lie, but you know, it's really good being back on this playing surface, which is taking its toll with
just
the weather.
Just been saying how good you were tonight, mate. Yeah. That's Sam, that's what I was on about.
Yeah, no, be back at home.
It's good, yeah. Listen, it's good that we're back at home. I mean, we've got before tonight we've got 5 of our next 6 at home, and if we can perform like that, I'd like to think we're going to give a lot of teams a run for the money and try and put pressure on the teams in around the playoffs. We certainly want to aim to be in there. We'll certainly have a say the ones who probably does get in there if we don't, because we're playing them all. People see that result and think, right, okay, have we arrived? But we've got to go and back that up now against Workshop on Saturday here. And yeah, I thought the game against Workshop at their place a couple of weeks ago was a really good, tight affair. There wasn't anything between the two sides, and we were robbed of a goal because even the line has now, said we've shown the evidence it's a clear goal, so it should have been 1-1. But that happens. So we lost to a good side on the day because they are a top team, by the way, and it'll be a tough game on Saturday. But we need to go and show our mettle, and if Dan Cowan can play like he did tonight, well done, Dan. And he plays that out on Saturday, we've always got a chance of beating Workshop.